me is that 2 Sneeds would have came back that turn.
One would have died because the board was full.
Right, one couldn't have come back, but like if the board was allowed to go infinite, 2 more Sneeds would have came out, and then eventually it'll come to the point where he just might get infinite Hearthvods and infinite Sneasel Shredders.
It's going to be tough to top that one, but Kitkatz takes a 2-0 lead pretty convincingly with that second game. So Druid versus Paladin is going to come up next. And, I mean, I think it's definitely possible for Kitkatz to take this series 3-0. I think, it was faster Druid, right?
Yeah, it was a mid-range Druid. You're
Okay.
trying to get too serious again, man. I'm just enjoying what we just saw. That was definitely outrageous. If it's one of those things where like you'd queue up with your friend, like I don't know if you watch Hysteria or Chacha, but like they always try to go for ridiculous scenarios and catch it with their friends. But this happened in a pro match, back to back.
That's something that is. What are the
I just want to appreciate this moment for a little bit. I mean, we can talk. I'm just saying, like, I just wanted to appreciate it. I don't want to talk too much about Game 3 yet.
Let's take a moment of silence for.
What's the? There's like Thijs. How many legendaries are there? There's like 30 to 40 legendaries, right? So that's like a 1.
I think there's like even more than that.
Huh? There's more?
I think there's more than that.
No, I think it's about that range. So there's like 20. There's like a 2% chance, like a little bit less than that, maybe once that happens. To do that twice over. We're talking like 0.04.
And in that manner as well.
Yeah, the delivery of it was great.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, we should just go for that BGH and just make another Hearthvods.
And the funny thing was, like, in all that chaos, Thijs just, like, gives it a couple seconds.
The moment that happened, I'm like, this is why I can't believe. Like, I refuse to believe that someone from Blizzard isn't watching this game and just being like, it's just messing with people. And be like, yeah, let's just make it happen right there.
Let me just type in this code real quick more KTs.
So the new game has begun. And unfortunately, Thijs lost out an opportunity to play turn 1 Zombie Chow to control the board, but he still has a pretty reasonable hand.
Yeah. He can get his Shade rolling here. And, well, actually, yeah, I think it'd be more beneficial here to put out a 4-drop. Because then if he coins out a Shade here, his Innervate would be pretty dead, and he wouldn't have a really great play for the next turn. So this way, he puts out a 4-drop, still has a turn 3 play for next turn with the Shade of Naxxramas. So as good as it feels to get the Shade out as early as possible, you gotta respect the curve.
I think so too. Alright, Thijs, this is not your series, man. I'm just so sorry. Either that or Kitkatz has officially made a pact with the Satan of Mech. Like, I don't even understand how this has happened, right?
I don't know.
He sold his soul to the Mech Devil.
I don't know. That is rough. That is very rough. That's not quite as bad as the beating, the RNG beating that he took in the last game, but
not as bad. But
that's just icing on the cake.
Yeah. Unfortunately, he can't even juggle to try and kill off this Shade of Naxxramas. That's usually one way you can deal with this Paladin.
He had the opportunity to consecrate, but
it's just not very powerful.
Yep.
You give up initiative again. Ooh. Kitkatz is in a really dominant spot again. That Pilot Shredder single-handedly took out 2 cards.
Yeah.
And 2 of the most powerful early game cards that's existed in Paladin.
Oh yeah, that's really true. Light's Justice value still lives on, but
right. But I mean, effectively, like those are the cards that you're going to struggle to come back from.
Black Knight.
Yeah, coin Black Knight here is pretty good. There's not many targets, I think, other than Sludge Belcher and the Defender of Argus. You're not going to usually Black Knight Tyrion because you're trying to silence it.
Yeah. Because usually at that point, you just want to try and deny the Ashbringer value as much as possible. Paladin Shredder's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a draw for sure. But he's losing so much on the tempo play. Druid's going to be in a really dominant spot.
I think at that stage, though, you want something like a creature that's going to stick on the board long enough for you to be able to gain back some of the control.
So Kitkat's next turn can Wild Growth into a Force of Nature Saboteur the following turn.
And he already has the Shade on the board, which is just going to keep going up.
Yep. In fact, he probably should attack with the Shade right now.
Yeah, just to play around well, to cash in on some of the value now.
Right. Well, I mean, also to just get him closer to death.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if he gets silenced or Elder Peacekeeper, he's still another body. Now, actually, Thijs draws the answer to this. He needs to silence that, Consecrate and kill this off. Otherwise, the Shade's just going to get out of control. He could try going for Quartermaster as well, but that just feels like you're not going to... You're just... Actually, Quartermaster might be okay too, but I think you'd rather go for the Consecration.
Yep. And you always check first with the Powder Treader, because there's a lot of 2-drops that have huge potential to change the way you play your turn.
I don't think you want to give up the 1/1 that easily.
Oh no, not at all. Because if the only card you have in your hand is Quartermaster, you want to protect those 1/1s with your life.
Well, this is interesting. Kitkatz has a lot of damage sitting here.
What to do?
What do you think you should do here, TJ? I think maybe. Do you think you should even bother Wild Growthing?
No.
Think it's better off as a card draw?
Yep. His hand's pretty bad right now. Pretty bad in the case where you don't have a board and your opponent is not in combo range. I mean, he can, yeah, no, it's... Because the only purpose Wild Growth would serve here,
Just to gain 3 mana?
Yeah. But you don't really have anything to do on this turn with it, and you're only going to gain the benefit of it from essentially 1 turn. And unless you have a big play on that turn, it's useless.
Okay. Well, this isn't really going to work out. Oh, that's interesting.
Huh.
Captain Greenskin. Turn it into a 2/2 weapon, I guess.
Captain Greenskin is actually a pretty good card in Paladin.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the most underrated legendaries I think out there, or cards in general. It's surprisingly super effective against a lot of like the mid-range decks because of the damage it can do. But
Yeah. Like Captain Greenskin, turn a True Silver Champion into 5 attack, which would like more effectively take out Sledge Belchers or Shield Maidens. Would turn a Light's Justice into 2 attack.
wow, it turns True Silver Champion into a 5/3. Whew. That's some pretty good pressure, but he has to also kill this the Spectre Knight for the threat of the combo.
He can just ooh. Oh no, he can do it with this face. Because he'll heal up out of range.
Drink up, BR. Oh, he takes the damage. Okay. I guess he's okay with that, so he keeps the guys alive.
Yeah, he's still even out of range of Force of Nature's Savage Roar.
I mean, he is, but he isn't.
Innervate.
Because Kitkatz could put him at 14 this turn. And, like, get ready to the combo next turn, and his opponent... Oh, I guess... No, he heals him to choose over. My apologies.
Yeah.
Right.
The question here is, do you try and cycle by drawing for 1?
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely a better option. You might even pick up like a way to do damage guarantee, like Drew the Claw. How much damage is on the other end? 10, 15, 16 damage after you wrath.
He's at 17 health, so all he would have to pick up would be 2 more points of damage. Granted, he hero powers this turn.
That is pretty sticky.
Yeah.
It's too obvious to just Savage Roar the face, right?
Way too obvious.
Way too obvious. But if you just play Pilot Shredder, you're not going to.
Well, he'd still be on
Like
an
you're not going to guarantee a kill.
he'd still be on an innervate draw to win the game.
I mean, he's also on a draw to die too.
That's very true.
Yeah, the Savage Roar for 2 damage is a little too obvious. Plus, it doesn't even give you the guarantee because he can heal 2 back and put you out of range.
Oh, well, that's it.
Wow, that's lethal. Thijs is going to win game 3 and send it to the blind pig stage. And you know what? After what we just witnessed in game 2 and the Explosion Sheep in game 3, I think he deserved this one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Thijs gave Kitkatz an opening. Oh, man. Oh, no. Thijs actually missed lethal. Yikes. And if Kitkatz draws Innervate... Oh, never mind. Oh, he has 2 combos. Okay. Yeah, so if he drew Innervate, he still could have won.
Yeah, that's what...
Can he survive at all if he draws Swipe with the Wild Growth? I don't think so.
No.
What about Force of Nature Savage Roar to clear?
No, he's still dead. There's still a 5 attack True Silver Champion.
Yeah, that's true. That
So-
True Silver Champion Captain Greenstone actually end up being really clutch.
Yeah.
I can see.
Okay. Well, despite missing it, still takes the victory. But that was close. I mean, Innervate draw to win. Those are things that you can't really afford to do if you want to take a series like that. But he gets another breath of fresh air here, another
There you
life.
go, there you go. I would not even begin to fathom what's going through Kitkatz's mind if he loses the series. Like, there was one game that was handed to him on a silver platter, just by the nature of RNG Stone. But
Still baffled.
still, I'm actually just like at a loss for words.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Yeah. We always throw out the term crazy, but that actually was crazy. Madness.
Well said.
So going to game number 4 here at the blind pig stage, what do we have available? We have both of them have mage, both of them have paladin.
I lost my card
Oh, you lost your card.
in all the excitement. Oh well. It happens.
Well, I'll look it up here. I have a backup copy. So Kitkatz has mage, druid, warrior, and Thijs has warlock, paladin, mage.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
Moving on, we have the 2 mage decks seem to be very interesting the way it matches up. I actually like Kitkatz's mage, but I feel like his warrior is also pretty well equipped to deal with.
I think we're gonna see the warrior again.
You think warrior, and then what does Thijs pick then? Does he pick paladin? Does he pick his mage?
Druid.